Good morning, fiber friends. Welcome to another episode of the Knit, Knot, and Weave podcast. My name is Dorothy, and I am coming to you from Columbia, Maryland. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I am so thankful that you come and visit me. And if you are a new viewer, welcome to the crazy. So today is Friday, February 16th. It is not my usual day to podcast, and this is not going to be my usual episode. So if you are new, please be aware that this is not my normal style of podcasting. But anywho, this is going to be a series of what I'm going to call coffee talk. So I have my little cup of coffee this morning. It is a latte, un latte. This is in a Jenny the Potter mug from a Maryland Sheep and Wool a number of years ago. I don't remember which one. But I have a oops mug because my crab is missing his knitting needles. But anywho, let's get started. So like I said, welcome to the Knit, Knot, and Weave podcast. This is going to be an episode and probably a series that I'm going to call Coffee Talk. I actually started this today because I wanted to stay on my 2-week schedule, but I am heading out of town for a wonderful, wonderful girls' weekend that we have been doing for, maybe 14 years now. A bunch of us that have the same interest. Knitting and crocheting, some spinners, some weavers, and we just go away for a weekend in the mountains near the Potomac River of Maryland, and we unplug for the weekend. We get away from husbands if we have them, kids if we have them, jobs if we have them, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful, relaxing weekend. So if you are new, you can find me on Ravelry as Phelia, Pheelya. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can find me as Knit, Knot, and Weave on Instagram. All the things that I talk about today, I'm not talking about a whole lot, but the things that I do talk about today and in any of my regular episodes, you will find in the description box below. There's probably a button that says more, or with the little down arrow, and so everything will be down there. So this is going to be a short episode. You can see I have my little kitty in the background that my friend Judy made me, and of course I had to jump on the bandwagon with the emotional support chicken. Now, my emotional support chicken was a kit. So welcome, and let me introduce you to Dolly Parton. I am a big Dolly fan, so I just had to. She was very, very easy. The directions were a cinch to follow. I had a lot of fun making her. I would say the knitting probably took me 2 days. I think I knit this in a weekend, and then she got stuffed and sewn up, and she now lives with me. Ooh. Don't keel over on me yet. Okay, so I have a second kit, and that kit is called Betty Egg White. I love Betty White. I love Betty White. I'm very, very sad that she's passed. But I do have a second kit, so I will be making Betty at some point. And then I think I'm going to make a few scrappy ones out of my acrylic stash and bring them to work with me. As some of you know, those of you that are new don't know, I am a media specialist in the high school. Basically, I'm a librarian. I'm the school library media specialist. And aside from supplying the books and the resources for kids to use, I also teach them how to do research. But a big part of, I wouldn't say a big part of my job, but what I perceive as a big part of my job is to have the library be a safe space for students of all kinds. And a lot of our kids have really gravitated towards that. And I'm so, so thankful that I have created a space where my students feel welcome. My students feel that they can come to the media center when they need a few minutes to gather themselves, or they need a quiet space to think, to work, or to cry. And I was thinking of bringing in a few of my emotional support chickens when I make them, and just having them around the media center with a little note saying, this is an emotional support chicken, and if you are here and need a hug, please help yourself. And I was thinking of having just a few of those around the media center and see if the kids gravitate towards them. And if they do, maybe I'll make some more. And hey, if you would like to donate emotional support chicken to me for this purpose, I would love it. Because the more emotional support chickens I can have in the media center, the better. So yeah, if you are willing to donate, to create, make, and donate an emotional support chicken, and please, by all means, name him or her. I know chickens are usually hers, but whatever. I would not say no if you contacted me and asked me for my school address. These little mini episodes is what they're going to be, because they are definitely not going to be very long. I'm thinking of focusing them on either something new that I'm learning or doing, or some aspect of the fiber arts that I may want to go into a little bit more detail of. Use this as a platform if I am really stuck on a particular project. I can share with you what I'm dealing with, what I'm thinking of, what the issue is, and hopefully you guys will respond in the comments and give me some ideas, suggestions, or tips on whatever I am asking for. I'm thinking that I might do some coffee talks on different aspects of the fiber arts, maybe certain techniques, maybe related to either crocheting or knitting or weaving, anything that, any knowledge that I might have to share, or any knowledge that you as a viewer are looking to gain. So if you have any ideas of things that you would like me to research and discuss during a coffee talk episode, by all means, put it in the comments, as I'm always looking for ideas for my podcast. But today's episode is going to be on something that I might have done something. I might have done something that I said I'd never do. And I might have done something that I said I'd never do because I really didn't need a hobby, or another hobby, I should say. And I might have done something that I said I'd never do because I didn't need another hobby, but I jumped on the bandwagon anyway. And I'm totally blaming this all on my friend Patrick. I have no idea if Patrick watches my episodes, but I'm going to blame it on him anyway. So Patrick is a friend of mine. He used to come to our knitting groups, and he has had a new dog, and so he hasn't been around lately because he has to get home and walk the dog after work. But he's rearranged his hobby room, or his craft room, and he has been doing a lot of shawl designing, especially for fiber optics yarns. And so he was downsizing his fiber stash and his weaving stash because he's just not getting to it as much as he was in the past. And he has like me, a number of years till we can retire and really do everything fiber related all day long. And so he thought he'd downsize some of his supplies. And I took a look, and I shouldn't have looked because I fell in love with some of the colors, and I decided, well, Patrick was very, very kind and generous with his friends that were willing to buy some of his stash that he was getting rid of. And I thought, at these prices, and if I could either borrow a loom or find an electric loom, or not an electric loom, an electric e-spinner that I could test out and see if I enjoyed it, why not? So I did. I went through, and Patrick managed to get everything that he was looking to sell up on Ravelry, and I went through and I found some lovely, lovely fibers. I got a few skeins. No, I didn't get a few skeins. I got a few braids. Okay, I may have gotten more than a few. Be quiet, Ellen. I don't need any comments from the peanut gallery over there. And I know you're going to turn around and tell Melissa because Melissa bought... Anyway, we know what we're talking about. So I bought some braids from Patrick, and I am going to learn to spin this weekend on my retreat. Okay, maybe not learn to spin totally, but I am hoping to get maybe some of the basics down from some of my friends that are also bringing their spinning materials with them. I picked up this beautiful braid of Spirit Trails Fiberworks in Tarhi wool. So Tarhi comb top. And then I picked up this beautiful braid of Falkland wool. And I also have some undyed Cheviot, I think is how it's pronounced, Cheviot, because I read somewhere that is the best roving or comb top to learn how to spin from. So I brought some of that, and I brought some others, and we'll see what happens this weekend. But this is what I did. I didn't buy it. That's the first thing. I did not buy it. I borrowed it. I actually rented it. Our guild rents weaving and spinning things. So I rented the Ashford. That's the only one they have, the Ashford Joy, and I rented it. And I am planning to take an intro to spinning course, or class, I should say, at the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival in May. Several of my friends who spin have taken a class from this woman, Maggie, I can't remember her name, but I will put it down here when I do editing. So editing Dorothy, remember that. You need to look up Maggie's last name because I'm pretty sure it's Maggie. So this weekend I will be hopefully learning the ins and outs at least of my loom, or any loom I should say. And what's going to be nice about this weekend is that I'm going to hopefully be able to try a couple of different looms, because I believe I'm the only one that's bringing in an Ashford. I know two of the women going are bringing e-spinners. I believe one has an Ashford e-spinner, and I'm not sure what the other one has. But I was also looking into the electric eel spinner, the 6.0 model, which has a slightly bigger bobbin and is, my understanding, it's slightly heftier, so it doesn't move around like the little Nano does. Unfortunately, they are all sold out until March. So in March, I'm going to start stalking their website daily. I did find one on Facebook Marketplace that somebody was selling in another state, and I've contacted them twice now, saying that I am very, very interested and I'd be willing to pay for shipping, and the person has not gotten back to me. So I guess they don't really want to sell that e-spinner. And then my friend Melissa is bringing her spinning wheel, and she has a Lendrum. And I believe Deb has a Kromsky of some sort. And I can't remember what Kate has. Kate might have a Lendrum as well. I'm not sure. But I am sure I will learn all about the different wheels when I'm there this weekend, and I will share it next weekend when I do a normal podcast. So anywho, I am leaving here shortly. We are heading up to the towards the Potomac River.
I can speak this morning. If I need more coffee.
So we are heading towards the northwest side of Maryland. It's near the Potomac River, which is right across from Harper's Ferry in West Virginia. It is somewhat secluded, so there's not a whole lot around us, which is nice, which is why we really like this place. It has enough room, and there are 16 of us going. There's usually between 14 to 16 of us when we do this. We do this every weekend. I wish. We do this every February. And we tend to do it President's Day weekend since we have that extra day off for those of us that still work. And we will be there until Monday, which will be lovely. The woman that we rent the facility from lives right down the street. It is actually the house that she grew up in that she has modified and turned it into a retreat facility. And there is a nice big, I'm guessing it used to be probably some sort of a 3-car garage or maybe even a barn or something that she has converted into a huge open studio area. So a lot of yoga retreats are held there because they can go over to the, not an attached building, but over to the other building and have their yoga sessions. I know they've had some, I believe, Tai Chi retreats up there. I know that Neighborhood Fiber Company in Baltimore has had some dyeing retreats up there. I know that there have been quilting retreats up there. So what was I talking about? I completely lost train of thought. Oh yes, Beth, the woman that rents out the facility. She is a fabulous cook. And so she will be making our dinners for us all 3 nights. So we just have to worry about breakfasts and lunches. I'm looking forward to it, especially since we are expecting snow tonight. It means that we can put the fireplace on. That's the one thing I do miss, having moved out of my parents' home, is I miss my dad's fireplace. And I definitely call it my dad's fireplace because when they built the house, he put in special blowers so that he can actually close the doors and turn the blowers on, and the blower actually blows the heat into our basement, and it doesn't just go up out into the chimney. Looking forward to the fact that I should be able to continue to track my macros this weekend. For those of you that have been watching me with the last couple of episodes, I am doing a weight loss challenge at my gym, and we are following the program called Macro Stacks, which is where you count and follow your macros, and they slowly, as you lose weight, the number of macros you need will go down as well, so that you're gradually lowering the amount that you eat. And the purpose is that you're really only supposed to lose approximately 1 pound a week. And of course, we all know everybody's body is different. Everybody's metabolism is different. So that could fluctuate for everybody. But it is designed to be a slow process so that you can maintain it, so that you learn to eat better. And I'm happy to say in 6 weeks that I am down 9 pounds. We are continuing this. It was supposed to be a 6-week challenge, but because so many people in the gym are doing well and we're really working the program, the gym has decided to extend it, and they will continue to pay for the program. So I'm guessing we're probably going to go for another 6 weeks and see how it goes, but I'm looking forward to it. I also managed to contact the owner trainer and, let them know that I was going to be away this weekend and if they had any suggestions, because I have two 10-pound dumbbells that I'm planning to bring with me to try and do at least some arm exercises. And, I could do squats and lunges with them. And he was so kind, David was so kind to loan me a 25-pound kettlebell. It's much lighter than what I usually use for certain things, but at least even at the lighter, I could do more reps, and that will get my heart rate up so that I can have wine this weekend. Did I mention wine? Yes, wine will definitely be in abundance this weekend. And so that is all I have for you for this episode of Coffee Talk. If you have any ideas or suggestions of what you would like me to discuss, research, or share in a short Coffee Talk episode, please, by all means, leave a comment below and let me know your suggestions. I'm always looking for new ideas of what to share in my podcast and to bring to you guys. People must be out walking. I see them. Lost my train of thought. If you have an idea or a topic that you would like me to discuss and share during a Coffee Talk episode, or if there is something that you would like me to do as a special episode, whatever. I'm always looking for ideas. Please share them in the comments below. If you have enjoyed this episode, I humbly thank you and ask you to please hit that thumbs up button. Please hit that subscribe button and then hit that little bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload a new episode. That really does help my channel. It helps get my channel out to folks who don't know about me yet. And as always, thank you so much for all the lovely comments on my previous episodes. I do so very much enjoy reading them and conversing with you all. And I will be getting some footage from this weekend to share with you next weekend. And I will talk all about the projects that I worked on and the things that I get done, if I manage to get anything else done. And I will see you soon. So with that, happy knitting, happy crocheting, happy crafting, and I'm wishing you all well. Ciao, ciao. Love you guys.